Hey everyone, I am just about to start our 5 days of Accelerate program. And so if you are joining us from wherever you're joining us, pop a little detail in there. It's 5 days to Accelerate. And I'm just going to start us over on Facebook as well. Hey there, who have I got? Oh, hello gorgeous. We're just about to start and I'm really, really excited. We have so much goodness in store today. And if you haven't joined us yet, it is tammyguest.com/accelerate. And you'll be able to download your 22-page workbook for the Accelerate program this week. And there are some big, amazing prizes to be won. So it's super exciting. And I'm going to wait for everyone to join us. Oh, who have we got? We've got everybody here. Hello, Julie. Hi. Who have we got? Beck and Jack and Mel. Oh my goodness, nice to see you all. It's so good. All right, let's see if we can get us started on Facebook because it seems like the party's happening over here on Insta. Okay. So again, if you haven't downloaded yet, I need you to download your 22-page workbook. Because there's so much goodness in there. Like, if you just trusted the process and did these things, incredible things are going to happen in this week. And I cannot wait to see you all take the challenge. Alrighty. Hey, Robbie, nice to see you from healthbank.io. Call out there. Who else have we got? Beck and Danielle. Nice to see you all. Hey, Katie. All right. Let's get Facebook up and running, even though the party is still happening over here. This is a 5-day program with a couple of challenges every day. Today, there are 3 challenges, which is super exciting. And we're going to be doing a whole bunch of really cool, hey Liz, hey Britt, a whole bunch of really cool things to get a sprint on before we take on 2021 in a way that we haven't before. So let's see what we can do here. Alrighty. It looks like we might be having the party just over here. Because you know what happens on Facebook sometimes? They disappear stuff. It looks like they've disappeared my opportunity to go live. Who have we got? Oh my goodness. Hey Britt. Hey Rach. Nice to see you. I hope your birdies are nice, Britt. Who else have we got here? Oh my goodness, so many of you. So good. I'll wave back. Can I wave back? Oh, all right. So go and get your workbook. Accelerate. We are on day 1, which is the create side of things. And I'm super excited to get the ball rolling on what this could look like for you in 2021. What's some of your plans for 2021? Now, I know that 2020 was a little bit crazy, right? And there are so many things that we weren't aware of that kind of came out of the blue. And what I love to do is this sprint and then a marathon. So a sprint is like, get as much stuff done as quickly as possible, goes with my activator energy, and then go in for the long, slow slide and go with the flow for the rest of it. And so I'm really excited to actually get that up and running with you guys in this 5-day challenge. Alrighty, Accelerate. We've got Facebook joining the club now. Okay. No, it doesn't look like it wants to. Love it. Hey Jody, hey Anne, if you haven't downloaded your booklet yet, go to tammyguest.com/accelerate. Okay. Oh, Facebook's still not coming to the party. All right. We're just going to hang out here on Insta, people. Alrighty. Who else have we got here? Ricky, nice to see you. You're on your bike and listening. Now, Ricky has already done like epic pre-work. If you are a new naturopath and you haven't joined us already for this type of thing, the NatBiz Scav Hunt is also on my website. And we usually do that every year at the beginning of the year, but it's especially good for newbie naturopaths or natural health practitioners who are just getting back into things. This year, though, I decided to do something different to kind of go up level. And this is the Accelerate 5-day event, which is super cool. Hey Jody, yay, you got yours, awesome. Yeah, it's only happening over on Insta today by the looks of things, Jody, so good to see you. Hey Biopractica, nice to see you guys as well. We have a beautiful love of education, a shared love of education. Biopractica is amazing for practitioner education as well. All right, so if you're a entrepreneur and you want to do a little sprint at the beginning of this year, you also want to go into the draw for winning a $495 ticket for NatX, or a little package that we've got going for any of you non-practitioners here. Can't wait. All right, so if you have downloaded your amazing Accelerate book, you'll notice that we have a 5-day challenge. This 5-day challenge includes create, automate, delegate, eliminate, and illuminate. Super cool, right? And so, hey guys, so we've got create today. Now, create has 3 challenges. If you were to do these challenges and you actually just trust the process and get it done in this next 24 hours, you're going to have the biggest springboard that you could have for this year. And you may not have to do a whole bunch of stuff. Now, we get this kind of feedback all the time for the NatBiz Scav Hunt, that sometimes they've done so much more on their business than they have for the past multiple years, that there's this flow that happens afterwards. And the same thing happens. Hey, Kimmy, nice to see you. So, first part is, what does create look like for you? Now, as it mentions in your workbook, it says, when business isn't going as well as expected. And many of us had those moments in 2020, right? We can often wonder if it's the platform that we're using. Is it just because I'm using Instagram and not Facebook? Or is it because, I'm not on Twitter, or maybe I've used the wrong booking system, right? We could question all of these little small details about it. We could question, have I got the right wording for what I need to do? Why isn't anyone signing up for my stuff? I'm not sure why there isn't enough clients there. And by doing that, we're going to change up things that may not be the case. Because the first thing we need to really think about, hey Lou, is what are you actually offering? What do you need to create, to offer, to ensure that it's something that people want and need from you, so that you've got your beautiful gifts and talents wrapped up in the perfect package to be able to give to people without having to convince them. So to do that, you need to explore it a little bit differently. And my good friend Nikki Clark, who is an amazing branding expert, she has really nailed this when she comes to talking about offerings. And there's something that we're missing when we question what's going on, when people aren't coming and talking to us, seeing, engaging with our stuff. It's often because the offering, the thing that we have to give to somebody that they can value exchange by giving you money back, often that thing hasn't quite got them, hasn't quite hooked them the way that it could. So to ensure that you've got that, there's 3 things that you need to think about. These 3 things are super easy and super simple in your mind, right? Simple and easy are similar, but not the same. So it's super simple to do this. It's not necessarily easy. And many of you guys, if you are practitioners or if you're an entrepreneur, you're gonna kind of not like this first one. But doing the first one is going to be a huge game changer in understanding what you can actually offer and who you can talk to about it in a way that they're going to understand and appreciate rather than convince them. So, number 1 is, who are we creating for? So in the creation part of what you're doing, who are you creating it for has to be top of mind. You can't possibly think, oh, I've got this new program. Oh, I've got this new thing. They're going to love it. Unless you've thought about the them, the they, the people that you are helping. I mean, that's the whole reason so many of us are in business in the first place. Actually, it's the one I hear all the time. I just want to help people. And I bet you're the same. I bet you got into what you're doing because you just want to help people. But who are the people you want to help? So, in the create part, I've got a downloadable there that you can fill out where you have to start to think about who you're helping. Now, I know that so many of you are practitioners that just want to help whole bunches of people. And I've got people in my mastermind who are graphic design people, who are branding people, who are creatives that just kind of want to give their art to everybody. But if you're speaking to everyone, no one really hears you. Not one person hears you. Whereas instead, if you're speaking to one person, that person can really know, like, and trust you in a way that you possibly haven't been known, like, and trusted before. So when we're thinking about it, you've got to have a consideration for who are you helping? And this is a deep dive kind of conversation. It's not like, oh, I'm helping somebody who wants to lose weight. Because there's athletes that want to lose weight. There is middle-aged mums who want to lose weight. There is high-end, really out there Instagram marketers that want to lose weight. There are dancers that want to lose weight. There's all sorts of people in this zone. And until you can really nail who it is, where they hang out, who they hang out with, what they're asking on Google, what they're typing in, whereabouts, what Facebook groups do they hang out in? Where have they come to you before they actually found you? Who are they following on Instagram? Who are they checking out? Where are they hanging out offline? What are their friends hanging out talking about? Until you can really explore those kind of conversations, you're not going to be able to understand, oh, they're attracted to that person and they're following that person because of this vibe or this particular product or these types of things are getting them excited. The next phase about that ideal client, and there's a downloadable in the Accelerate program, is what do they stand for? Now, this one is a really big one, and it's something that I see lots and lots of my mentees not necessarily take the time to think about. And then they wonder why on their sales page, or wonder why when they connect with other people, it's not quite getting there. It's because there are these things, there are these objections, there's these things that we can't just go past because of our belief systems. Now, this is the next level thinking about your ideal client. And it's very nice to have, oh, they're from here and there and they love this kind of stuff and they really want this. It's a whole other thing if you've got, say, for instance, a whole bunch of clients who are vegan. There is going to be things that they're going to object to if you have them in your pictures, if you aren't including them in the conversations in your blogs and things like that. There's going to be objections instantaneously, even from the things that you've got on your website. So you need to start to think about what are the underlying objections that are going to be a consideration and possibly a roadblock for your ideal client. So when you're creating something today, I want you to start to consider who it is, where they've come from, where they hang out, what they love, what their pain points are, but what are their objections? Now, the biggest ones that came out of 2020 are going places. So if you have an offering when it comes to retreats and things like that, you have to consider going places as an objection. And you have to have a plan A, B, C, and D like we do for NatX. And be able to describe that to people. Another one is obviously the world that we live in at the moment. Money is a consideration. Now, those objections around money might be along the lines of being able to pay slowly but surely with small increments rather than one big payment. You might want a payment plan option. You might want a discount for certain people in the community. So our local coffee shop, shout out to Wildflower Espresso. They do an amazing job of looking after the hospital staff, particularly this year. And they've done an incredible job of being able to give back and have these loyal customers that are looking after them while they look after them. So you might want to consider what your payment plans look like. Is it available to them to be able to pay in part payments? Is it able to be taken out in a nice, easy way where you don't have to kind of do transfers and things like that on accounts? So there's objections around money and places, traveling places. And the third biggest objection in 2020 is obviously being able to spend time or the type of absorption of this information that we get. So The third big objection is around, we had more time than ever last year, but sometimes it's, how am I getting this information? Am I getting it on Instagram like you are today because Facebook decided not to work for our Accelerate program? Are you getting it in audio? Many of us mums love to listen to our earbuds and go for a walk and, get out there and absorb our information that way. Are you providing it in a way that's absorbable, maybe a PDF like we've created for the Accelerate program? Maybe you are creating a checklist, something that can be put on a fridge. Maybe you are creating something that is tangible yet really available to your ideal client, and it's going to be different for everybody. These PDFs, I know that I've been told so many times I give out too much information and I shouldn't give out PDFs because I'm just like, have it all. But I know that my particular clients, you guys, and the people who follow me, you're all learners. You're lifelong learners. You love to learn the same as I do. And I love to be able to tangibly do something, take action somewhere in front of me. It's one of the reasons that all of us have planners this year and we're getting into art and doing all sorts of cool stuff. So what does it look like for your ideal client? And how do they want to absorb this information so that it's not an objection straight up, so that they're not freaking out, I'm going to watch like hours worth of video content that I can't consume and I can't download, or I'm going to have to print off something and I don't have a printer, or I'm going to have to, whatever it happens to be, you've got to overcome those three major objections somehow. Cool? While you're thinking about your creation. All right, so that is challenge 1. Now, if you are playing along, you want to put in the hashtag, and I'd love to see any of these 3 challenges from today on the hashtag TGAccelerate. Hashtag TGAccelerate. And if you are playing along and you've got it on your Insta stories, or you're in the Naturepreneur Hub, or you are sharing it online somewhere in some space and we find the hashtag TGAccelerate, then you go into the draw for these 3 major prizes, one of which is worth $495. All right. So if you can fill out that form and we have a look at that and you've scoped out who your ideal client is, we'd love to see that. Now, the next part of creation comes not only with the who, but the what. Now, if you're exploring anything to do with your business, then these are really easy places to start. Who, what, where, why, when, and then how. And I see so many entrepreneurs trip themselves up in the whole space of the how before they've explored who, what, where, when, and why. Why is obviously a much bigger conversation. If you've watched any work by Simon Sinek, you'll understand that why is a really big deal. But today we're currently looking at the who do you help, and then the what. When you're considering what you want to create for your peeps, you want to have a look at what do they want. And if you're playing along, you can check out this in your workbook. And again, if you want to play along and you want to take a little Insta picture or you want to share it online, hashtag TGAccelerate, and we're going to pop you in the draw. So what do they want? Notice what they're always asking for. I get asked for training all the time. I also get asked for retreats all the time. And so we've got so many more of those coming up, online and offline, this year. And I get asked for all sorts of little tidbits just off the side, specifically around what's my next steps. And that's why I create these types of things that are step-by-step processes. So the NatBiz Scav Hunt is one of them, and this is another one where you're taking a step-by-step way of doing things to explore what you can actually create in your business. So notice what you're getting asked for. What are you getting asked for? Who's listening on here? The thyroid therapist. I bet you get asked for all sorts of things on losing weight, your temperature, your thyroid. I've just been diagnosed. Who else have we got here? We've got the Kind Press. Amazing, my publisher. And she'll get asked all the time about how do I get my book out to so many more people. I care about these people so much. I want to get more people out there. Who else have we got? Elle Harrison, design. I'm sure gets asked all about websites and what do I put on my website? What's an about page about? How do I link my website with this particular system? Those types of questions are the ones that we're thinking about. So who else have we got here? Kimmy from Nutritional Synergy. I bet you get asked all the time about what on earth are lymphatics anyway? And how can I get rid of my lymphedema? Kylie from Mama Peas gets asked about all sorts of things as well. And Chisa, oh my goodness, gets asked about skin conditions. Now, what are the specific questions that you get asked about? I want you to fill out that and start to consider what else in the conversations that you have do you end up heading towards all the time? Oh, Jody says, my audience asks how to allow their kids' feelings without leaving them stuck in deep feelings. Yeah, amazing. That's a really big question for your peeps, isn't it? And so when you're thinking about the questions you're already getting asked, how could you genuinely help those parents and how could you genuinely help those families in a way that they're describing it? When you think about exploring where they're hanging out and other questions they're asking, you might want to check out some other Facebook groups where those people are hanging out, and think about the way in which their words are actually asking the question, not the way that we think their words are asking the question, right? So when you're exploring what questions that people are asking, I want you to take the time and fill this out. Top 3. I'm big on the top 3. So top 3 things you're always getting asked. Top 3 where your conversations go. And pure element naturopathy. Always getting asked about perimenopause, better sleep, hot flushes, and weight gain. Absolutely. It's such and this is the cool thing, right? You've got top 3 in there because people aren't just asking about, I have perimenopause. They're asking about those little teaser bits on the outside, like how can I get better sleep? How can I get rid of my hot flushes? And how do I deal with my weight gain? And where do your conversations go? I bet your conversations, particularly with your clients, go into places of what food could I eat? What things are causing real problems? Is chili a real problem? That kind of stuff. Where do your conversations go and how do they end up? Conversations I used to have all the time as a practitioner were along the lines of having to explain vitamin and mineral status, and I'm a real biochemistry buff, so I used to create lots of things to do with helping people understand their biochemistry or their pathology. In actual fact, that's one of my old courses because that's what I always got asked for. Now, as an entrepreneurial mentor, I always get asked about these next step kind of situations, which is why I create step-by-step programs. All right, so the next one, notice what is written on your posts, intake forms, and other forums. So this is the thing where if you are a practitioner, you're going to have an intake form. If you're a consultant or an entrepreneur, you're going to have some type of scope that you're going to find out what these people are actually coming to you for. What's their biggest stressor is a great one for us prackies. And for entrepreneurs, what is your biggest challenge in your business? I know that Julie's on here and a couple of others. What is your biggest challenge? The second you've got the answer to that, you can create the solution to that challenge. And it's an amazing opportunity to be able to fill the gap without having to convince anybody because you literally asked them in the first place. So that's the other beautiful place and space that you can ask on forums. What are your biggest challenge? What's your biggest challenge with perimenopause? What's your biggest challenge when it comes to getting in productivity and flow? It's 2020. What do you want out of blah, blah, blah? So asking those types of questions are going to elicit a response from your ideal client. They're going to come out of the woodwork and they're going to give you the answers that you're looking for to be able to provide a solution for them. All right, so that's create. Number 2 is, this is an awesome one. This is one of my favorite things to do. So if you are playing along and you've just joined us, we're at tammyguest.com/accelerate. If you haven't downloaded your booklet, the second challenge. Yeah, that's me in the middle of COVID with no people in a cafe. Cool, hey. All right, so I was on my computer scoping out all the things that I already have in place to answer those challenges that these people have. And you have the same. I guarantee it. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs, and every time we do this treasure hunt to find what you already have, that you have already created, that you can give to these amazing people, or you can provide as an offering and ask for an amazing, beautiful value exchange when it comes to money. I bet you've got something on your computers already. Now, this is challenge number 2. If you're playing along, hashtag TG Accelerate, and go onto your computer, go and find what you can find that's going to rock your person's world. So once you've explored who, you want to go and find what. And you want to find it already on your computer, already available to you, already something that you have already explored. Now, every time I ask about this, people are shocked and just crazy in their files, on their computer, exploring like a little treasure hunt, finding their gold nuggets. Oh, that's right, I did that podcast. Oh, that's right, I did that PowerPoint presentation. Oh, that's right, I half did that such and such. I've got the half written book and I've got that other thing. Anyone else in here thinking the same? Oh my gosh, end of the year cleanup. I found all of the notebooks with more pages of other things, right? Yeah, same. You also might have the whole situation that I've got over here, which is in your office. You may have so many more things that are just sitting there. Notebooks of ideas, notebooks of things that you've thought about, half-done things that are already there. You didn't have to start from zero. So Beautiful Retree Wellness got a course outline. Ta-da! That is already there, being created for your who. So that's the thing. You've got to explore that who first. That's challenge number 1, who. So that you can really grab that thing that you already have, that treasure hunt find, which is challenge number 2, and get it nearly ready for these people. And I'll give you challenge number 3 in a second. Okay, so Reset Natural Health says so many things, right? Once you start looking, it is like a treasure hunt. You'll start to get the glasses on, the treasure hunt glasses on, and you'll be like, oh, there's that thing. Oh no, I forgot about that as well. And I just did that this week with cleaning out my cupboard. Who else has Marie Kondoed or minimalist their cupboard at the beginning of this year? I sure have. And every time I do it, I'm like, oh, there's that thing. I forgot about that. Oh, there's that thing. I forgot about that. Oh, there's that thing. I forgot about that. And in the process, you can lovingly let go of other things, but it's amazing how many things that you forget you have. These treasures that are just sitting there like a Pandora's box of awesomeness for your peeps. So who else have we got here? So many. Yes, a half-written book. Laurie, my goodness. We want those books out into the world. You see, none of this stuff is of any benefit. You want to help people? Get your stuff out there. No one is going to be helped by these things on your computer. No one's going to be helped by them in your filing cabinet. No one's going to be helped by them in your notebook. But as soon as you do this treasure hunt, I want you to write a beautiful list of your findings and then find the thing that sets your heart on fire. Find the thing that matches that who, and then get it out to the world, right? Hey, Natalie, nice to see you. Oh, in the middle of a cupboard clean out? Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's this time of year that, we start to kind of filter through all of the things and we can really truly find that treasure. Okay, so number 1, who are you helping? If you want to play along and you want to have an entry, hashtag TG Accelerate. And then number 2 for today is go on your treasure hunt in your filing cabinet, in your notebooks, in your computer. Find that thing that's going to rock that person's world. Number 3 is, if you dare, consider how you're going to get it out to them. We've got a huge list here on the downloadable, just in case you haven't gone to it, tammyguest.com/accelerate. And you can choose. I've given you so many options, so many typical options, and you can get even more creative if you're that way inclined. So many options. How could you get this thing? And we had e-courses, e-books. We had, what else have we got? Checklists, half-written book. How could you get them out in a way that's helpful to your particular client? PDFs, audios, checklists, questionnaires, memberships, subscriptions, consults, podcasts, Could you put it in a package? Would it be a bonus for somebody? Could you wrap them all up in a program? Think about how you can get your thing out to people so that it can rock their world. Instead of it sitting on your computer or hidden behind somewhere, you can totally rock their world. All right, so number 3 is taking that thing and getting it out to the world. Now, number 3, if you choose to accept it, is to actually pop it up on your website. If you don't have a website already, just do that then. Just create a sales page, just create a page on your Facebook account, just create somewhere that you can pop that thing up, whether it be free, your creation, whether it be free, paid, or turned into an entire program. And I've got a whole sales page training so that bit that you go, oh, but I don't know what to write. I've literally got an hour's worth of free training right in that booklet so that you can just follow along, answer the questions, and pop it up. So they're your 3 challenges today. You technically only need to do one of them and hashtag TG Accelerate to really get with the program. But just like any of my programs, and many of you guys, I've seen some faces that I recognize, you guys know it takes action to get it done. It's all good and well to come to any of my conferences, my retreats, my trainings, or any other thing that you see online and do nothing. And think, oh, well, I just ticked the box on that. That's great. Oh, I just did X, Y, or Z, and I've popped it into the inbox. I'll do that eventually. I might do it tomorrow. That's the thing about doing this sprint. What can you do today out of those 3 things? What could you do? And the stretch is doing those 3 things and getting and creating your thing online today. Now, I saw a half-written ebook. You can get that done today. Canva is an amazing thing to get those types of things out there. Facebook has an opportunity just to put a post up and say, this is available. You have the opportunity to, really, really springboard what you are providing for your particular community. And it's of absolutely no benefit, it being hidden on your computer, hidden behind you, it's no good being in your head and thinking that one day you'll get round to it. What action could you take? What can you do today? I know it's really easy for you to go, but I can't do Canva. I can't do the such and such. I can't do that other thing. Can't is the killer of all dreams. What can you do? What of those 3 things can you do? And hashtag it, TG Accelerate, and then you'll be in the draw to win a $495 ticket to NADEX, amazing prize package for 2nd and 3rd as well, including some amazing entrepreneurial books. So what can you do today? I cannot wait to see what you guys create, because today is all about creating. In actual fact, I'll give you a little extra tidbit that I didn't put in there, but I like banging on when a whole bunch of people are listening. So creating. Now, creating is the start of a cycle that happens in your business as an entrepreneur. And creating is the first bit. It's one of those moments where you get the idea and you know that you have an idea, but to make an idea work, you've got to go through this who, what, how, and then continue to actually take the action. So if you're thinking about a clock, creation is from your 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And if you're creating and then you get that momentum up, you can create a follow through that perpetuates and self-perpetuates and creates flow in your business. So if you create something today, we've got the opportunity tomorrow to take it to this next part, this next phase. So creating, and then we get it out to the world, which is what you guys are doing today as well. Hopefully putting something up online to allow people to go, oh, that person cares about me. Actually, they've got a really cool thing coming out soon. Oh, I could probably do that. Oh, wow, they've thought about the way that I interact with the world. They've thought about my problem. I'll sign up for that thing, whatever that happens to be. So connecting out to the world, and that's 3 till 6. And then 6 to 9 is all about how do we actually continue to have a value exchange? How do we create that reciprocity. How do we create systems in place so that we can actually get paid? So you've got create, then you've got out to the world and broadcast out to the world. Then you've got the things coming back in where the money comes back in. And then you've got this review and renew cycle. And in actual fact, that's what we're doing with this Accelerate program. I've got you to do the big chunk today, this create part of it. Then we're going to talk about how to get it out to the world. And then we're going to talk about bringing in those systems and processes and people to really automate, delegate, and eliminate. And then we've got illuminate. What does it take to actually take this to the next level? Was it a viable option? Is it going to be helpful and powerful for more and more people or you in your business? All right. So I'm super excited to have you guys all here. It's been so lovely to hang out with you. We are going to hopefully see about the technical glitch on Facey for tomorrow for day 2. But if you are joining us, it is #TG Accelerate. Share your create for today, and you go into this amazing prize draw. And I can't wait to see what you guys do create, and I can't wait to see how it all rolls out for this beautiful sprint that we're all on at the beginning of this year for an amazing, flowy, beautiful, connected 2021. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Ooh.